And lastly, it's time for the big reveal. SCABBS, the hero card. It's revealed. Regis revealed it. Nova's here. She's ready to see. Is it busted? Is it broken? Let's find out. We're finding out live right now together. Let's take a... Oh my god. That's the card.
Let's get salty!
Hey everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video, and there are a ton of new cards to go over. There has been a ton revealed, Warlock hero card to cover, and it's a doozy. So yeah, you'll want to stay tuned for that. And again, friendly reminder, check out this video, like, comment on it, subscribe to the channel, chance to enter a giveaway, win a giveaway for this amazing, this crazy looking expansion, Fractured in Alterac Valley, a chance to win. So make sure to do that. But anyways, let's get into it. There's so many cards to talk about. So first we have here new epic, neutral epic, Grim Totem Bounty Hunter, 3 mana 4/2, Battle Cry, destroy an enemy legendary minion. This used to be Ren Blackhand, which was like an 8 mana legendary that you gotta be holding a dragon for this effect, and now it's a 3-drop. Is this good? It's a tech card. It kills a quest reward, which is pretty good. So does BGH, but this is 3 mana. But your opponent's typically gonna play a legendary minion here or there in the game, and this can kill it. So depending on your deck, if you're more of a control-y deck, you might run it as a tech option, but not much more than that. So I'll give it a 3 in standard on wild, but overall, yeah, it's a tech card, and tech cards don't see a ton of play typically, unless the meta really, really calls for it. Next, we have the card we already covered that was leaked, Baron Glacier, the 7 mana 6/6 Shaman Elemental, Battle Cry for each frost spell you cast this game. Summon a 3/4 elemental that freezes. Currently standard has 0 frost spells. I think we'll review one a little bit later, but yeah, it'll be dependent on the frost spells. The effect's really good. You can duplicate this effect, get a bunch more 3/4s, keep swarming the board. I'm gonna give this a 3 in standard, a 2 in wild. Just because, yeah, like it doesn't have an immediate board presence. Like the freezes don't immediately hit the board. So I don't know. It still doesn't seem amazing unless those frost spells are just ridiculous. And we've already talked about the card anyways on another video. We have the Demon Hunter Legendary, a big Demon Hunter Legendary, effectively. Carria, Felsoul, 6 mana 6/6 legendary minion. Battle Cry, transform into a 6/6 copy of a demon in your deck. So you can copy into like the Anton card, go dormant, and you'll deal 10 damage. You can turn into an Inquisitor, King Rush, 8 mana 8/8, you're got a 6/6 that can go face and rush into a minion. You can turn into a Pit Commander and cheat out another demon. Basically, any demon that has a text to it, it's really good. But again, it has some anti-synergy, especially with the new spell that cheats minions out of your deck. You don't really want to cheat this out because it'll attack and die. But overall, I mean, Big Demon Hunter is going to like this card. It cheats out stuff. It's kind of like a pseudo Shadow Essence, really. And that's pretty good. I'm going to give this a 3 in standard because I think it'll see play in Big Demon Hunter. I still don't think that deck's a meta player. It's getting a lot of support, so maybe it'll be enough. Maybe the hero card for Demon Hunter will put it over the top. But for now, tentatively, 3. I think it'll see meta play, just not be a really powerful card. And in wild, a 2, because that strategy is just too slow. That's a common trend when you review wild cards, but that's just the reality of it. It's got to be pretty insane to see play in wild. Next, we have a series of Druid cards. They're Beast cards, Beast Druid cards. We have Dire Frostwolf. It's a 4 mana 4/4 stealth minion. Death Rattle, summon a 2/2 wolf with stealth. So that's just a 4 mana 6/6 delayed effect. I don't know what Druid deck's going to use this. By the way, I'm looking at this Beast stuff. I just don't see it working. We know what the hero card is. We know what the support is. I see it like as an okay-ish style of deck, but I don't see these as meta cards. It's stats. I think, Druid's got better stuff to do with the token stuff, Celestial Alignment stuff. I'm going to give this a 2 in standard, a 2 in wild. It's a good amount of stats, but it's just probably not enough. One of the big cards, the best cards, is the Epic, of course. Of course, it's the Epic. Frostsaber Matriarch, 7 mana 4/5 taunt, costs 1 less for each beast you summon this game. Effectively, it's like the lurker below, or not lurker below, thing from below in Shaman that would get cheaper for every totem, except it's beasts. Totems are a lot easier. You just hero power this, you have to play a beast, but your Dire Frostwolf, the other card, you play it, its Death Rattle goes off, both are beasts. It's 2 less. This gets down rather cheap pretty quickly, but it's a 4/5 taunt for cheap. I don't know. I just don't think it's impactful enough to really warrant building your deck around, at least currently what I've seen in the beast strategy. And, you know, guardian animal stuff doesn't really synergize very well with this whole package. So I'm going to give it a 2 in standard, 2 in wild as well, but definitely look out for it. Cards that can become 0 and have taunt and decent stats and tribal synergies have been known to be good before. And then we also have Frostwolf Kennels. At the end of your turn, summon a 2/2 wolf with stealth, last 3 turns. So this is a way of you get guaranteed 3 2/2s. So that's 6/6 in stats for 3 mana over 3 turns. And it, you know, it's beast to proc your matriarch and all that. But the stats aren't good. Yes, you can buff it up with like an Arbor up or other buffs. I don't think it's better than like a Glowfly strategy, your aggro taunt druid strategy. I just can't see it. So again, 2 stars in standard or wild. The beast druid stuff is cool. I just don't see it being good enough to really put it over the top. Speaking of shaman frost spells, we have the first one, Snowball Fight, 3 mana epic spell, deal 1 damage to a minion and freeze it. If it survives, repeat this on another minion. So this can freeze the entire board. However, it says a minion, so any minion can freeze your own stuff, damage your own stuff. That can be good, that can be bad. But if you're trying to stall to your win condition that we show, the legendary, it's perfect for that situation. You just can effectively, potentially freeze the entire board, then swarm the board with a bunch of stats and go from there. Again, we don't know enough. We haven't seen enough. We need to see more than one frost spell, but this is a really good one. This is a really good one. It can make that card playable. So I'm going to give it a 3 in standard, and I'm going to give this a 3 in wild, because why wouldn't you want to run this as like a stall option in like Shudderwalk Shaman? That's a decent option there. So I'll give it a 3 across the board. I think it's a really, really solid card. Play this with Marabi. Dude, on the entire board, your hand is full of Marabi value. Yeah, still probably pretty bad, but you know, the dream is there for sure. We have a Warlock legendary spell. Tamson has her own legendary spell, Tamson's Phylactery. 4 mana shadow spell. Discover a friendly death rattle minion that died this game. Give your minions its death rattle. This is going to make that 1 mana, the 1 mana tradable imp spell insane. You play that, you get a bunch of imps, you throw you just throw Tamson on it, insane. You can play it with, you know, shuffle a bunch of primes in your deck with the prime legendary. Get a bunch of armor with like a Moarg demon taunt. Just get a bunch of 5/5 lifesteal demons. I think this is incredible. Incredible on any like that cheap token deck. And you love that card because you can just trade it. I think these go hand in hand. I think a control-ish Warlock can make it work. The only problem, and we're going to talk about this probably in a future video, is the Demon Seed is going to make so many of these things relevant. Like any fun late game control strategy like this, the Demon Siege is going to fatigue you to death. So we'll talk about that later. I think the card's really cool. And it's, I think it's sweet. I love the flavor. I'm going to give this I'll give it a 4 in standard and a 3 in wild, because why not? Let's have some fun with it. I think it'll see some play. And I mean, the artwork's really sweet and the card just seems really awesome. We have Field of Strife, 2 mana hunter spell or Demon Hunter spell. It's always hard to tell. I think it's Demon Hunter. Your minion have +1 attack last 3 turns. So this is like a permanent little buff on your board. It's good on like a token Demon Hunter build. We see that they're pushing it. That's a lot of attack potentially, and this lasts a long time. 3 turns is no joke. Token DH, aggro DH hasn't been a thing for a while, but if it's going to be a thing, I think Field of Strife will be a part of it. Can't play in wild with odd DH, so I don't see it being a relevant factor there, but I'll give it a 3 in standard and a 2 in wild. It seems like a very good token card to say the least. And then we have another Druid card, Druid Epic Spell, 2 mana epic spell that's choose one, draw your lowest cost card or draw your highest cost card. Well, that's a pretty good effect. If you're tutoring something specific, whether it be low or high, this is incredible. And that's nothing that could be understated. We have seen time and time again, whenever something is flexible and allows yourself to build your deck particularly around it, it'll see play. I'm going to give this a 4 in standard, a 4 in wild, because wild loves the combo stuff and you might want to draw something specific like alignment or Aviana or whatever, not Aviana, not these days, but you know what I mean, like a Kun or a Malagos or whatever. And it's just good. It's just good. It's going to see play, even though it's 2 mana draw one, drawing one specifically and allowing yourself to have the option to manipulate that is incredibly powerful. I cannot see this card not seeing major play in multiple decks. It's not going to be a game-winning card. It's just going to be an absolutely fantastic utility tool. Next, we have a really sweet thematic card, Build a Snowman. It's a 3-mana frost spell. Summon a 3/3 snowman that freezes. Add Build a Snowbrute to your hand. The Build a Snowbrute is a 6-mana spell that freezes as well, and it adds a Snorge to your hand. And that's a 9-mana 9/9 that freezes. Very similar to like Pyros, the elemental that got bigger and bigger. Is this good? No, I don't think so. Like they don't really do enough. It just stats that freeze. I can't see it, but it's super thematic, super flavorful, good arena card. I think it's super cute. You know, not every card has to be amazing, and I'm gonna give it a 2 in standard and wild, but yeah, it's very, very it's just super thematic. We got to go with that. And lastly, let's talk about, you know, the card we all want to see, the Warlock hero card, Dreadlick Tamson, 6-mana hero card, 5 armor, of course. Battle Cry, deal 3 damage to all minions, that includes your own. Shuffle 3 rifts into your deck, draw 3 cards. 6-mana, draw 3, plus an AoE. That is incredible. The rifts, what are those? They're Fel Rifts. They are 3-mana spells, but they're cast when drawn. You get a 3/3 imp. So you could theoretically shuffle these in and then draw 9/9 in stats if you're really lucky. And your hero power becomes shuffle a rift into your deck, draw a card. So you keep basically life tap. You keep life tap, but you can eventually keep summoning 3/3s over and over and over. This card, it's just an insane AoE card draw tool. Like you can transition, you can play this with a Jiraxis in your deck, is like a middling ground, is a great AoE, some card draw options, just really strong. Is the hero power game winning? No, it's card draw, it's minions, it's stats. And I'm liking the trend of the hero cards. They're powerful, but they're not infinite value. They're not game winning effects. They're just good. And they can help you get to your end goal if you want to build an end goal or just use it as a mid-range tool. I think the card's good. Every hero card's basically always seen play. You can't understate this AoE, this draw 3 cards effect. I'm giving this a 4 in standard, a 4 in wild. Well, you won't want to play it in Reno decks. You'll put it that way. You don't want to play it in Reno decks, but it's just a very, very solid card. I think it's really good. And don't be, you know, it might not be the game-winning sexy hero card out there, but it's a very, very good card. All right, well, here we go. Shadowcaster SCABBS. Battle Cry, return all minions to their owner's hands. Summon 2 4/2 shadows with stealth. So it's a 7-mana 8/4 with stealth, period. It clears the board. And then you have a hero power of the next card you play costs 2 less. Like, look what you've done, Blizzard. This is ridiculous. Nova can't, she's literally out of the room. This is busted. No, it's actually busted. This is insane. Rogue struggles to clear the board. They clear the board. They struggle to stay alive. They gain armor. They want to cheat mana. They got infinite mana cheat. This is ridiculous. This is actually a card I'm not happy about. I think this is degenerate as hell. It's gonna be very frustrating that all your minions will just get Vanish. Vanish was a very toxic card. Can't like prep this out or whatever, but yeah, I am not a fan. Although you can Octobot it, you can make it 6, you can make it 5, you can cheat this out. I think it's a gross card. I'm not a fan of the direction with the mana cheat, the stealth minions, but it's a really crazy card. It's really good. I'm gonna give this a 5 in standard. It's just busted. I think it's busted. I know I said the first SCABBS was busted. This seems like a slam dunk to be busted, but I really hope I'm wrong like I was with regular SCABBS. And in wild, maybe a 3. Maybe like that Pillager Rogue runs it, although it's probably too slow there. But I'll give it a 3 in wild. But my God, I really don't like the design, and Nova really doesn't. She's out of here right away. So that's a bunch of cards. We'll have another review tomorrow morning, so tune in for that. We'll keep doing the 2 reviews until the weekend when the card reveals slow down. There's basically no reveals this weekend, and we'll have some other fun videos planned until the reveals start again next week. So there you go. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.